it's an all-Indian affair coming up between Parneet Kaur and Jyothi Vennam. Looking on to the Olympic Stadium, Berlin hosting the Games in 1936, and this beautiful range is situated on the Olympic Platz, or the plaza for the Olympics.
Es ist das vierte und letzte Viertelfinale. Bitte begrüßt die Athletinnen.
Time now for the fourth quarter-final in the compound women's individual. And the athletes coming out, both representing India. And the winner of this match will face one of their compatriots. We've just seen Aditi Swami go through in a shoot-off. Now it's time for the all-Indian quarter-final at these World Championships.
On target number 1, representing India,
Auf Scheibe Nummer 1 für Indien.
Parneet Kaur. On target number 2, representing India,
Auf Scheibe Nummer 2 für Indien.
Jyothi Vennam. The line judge for this matchup is
Und die Kampfrichterin für dieses Match ist
Nasreen Kashkai. Well, quarterfinal matchup number 4.
So here we go. Parneet Kaur is the world number 23, just 18 years old, going up against her Indian teammate Jyothi Vennam, the world number 6 at 27 years old. The poster girl, you can say, for Indian archery.
Yeah, so far this year she has proven that the Indian Archery Federation has invested heavily in well, their program, but mostly the compound program, I feel, with Sergio Pani at the wheel. And I think even before that, she was already always, you know, kind of there. She was always a part of the top of the world, and it shows because in the Bosch, or Sertogenbos, in 2019, she got third. In Yankton, she got second. So the only logical way to follow that up, well, is obviously gold.
Starting with a 10. Yeah, it's some story in the making, isn't it? Bronze, silver. Is it going to be the golden moment here for Vennam in Berlin? Parneet Kaur, though, starting with a 10 herself, and it's such a solid team now.
Yeah, well, it shows, or it says enough that all three archers got into the Elite 8. Obviously, not all three archers will be in the Final 4 because we're seeing a quarterfinal between two of the Indians right now.
Well, they're all in the bottom half of the draw as well.
Yeah, so they're all on one side. And I think Sergio Pani, their coach, jokingly said in an interview, we need to work on our rankings because we don't want to have this happen too often. But it's also, it's luxury if you meet each other so late in the competition.
A nice problem to have for Indian archery right now. And both archers getting off to an absolute flyer with 2 perfect scores. 30 apiece, 4 ends to go.
So kann es weitergehen. Marc, die trainieren zusammen, die kennen sich wahrscheinlich schon auch sehr, sehr lange. Das ist doch bestimmt ein ganz besonderer Moment für beide.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Misha. They train
So obviously I say, for me, the favorite in this match is Jyothi Vennam. But just going by the first end, it seems like Parneet Kaur really has a mind of her. Like she wants to win this match as well. She shot 3 X's in her first rotation.
The interesting thing here as well is that Panyi, the sort of head coach for Indian compound archery, is in the box for Jyothi Vennam, but the other Indian coach is standing behind Parneet Kaur as well.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that she is the favorite for the team. It's well, sometimes it's just like, okay, we need to make a choice. Does anybody have a preference? I've had instances where I had to shoot against teammates on a finals venue, and it was just a matter of, okay, let's do a coin toss because there's no preference and it doesn't matter that much. But we don't want to have the illusion that a coach prefers an athlete or the other way around.
Is there are there situations where there won't be a coach at all when the two teammates going up against each other?
In some cases, we've seen, for instance, in I'm trying to think, it was Medellin where it was Nick Kappers and James Lutz shooting against each other, and they didn't have a coach on the field. They were just standing there alone. So some people choose to not have coaches, but I think in this instance they have enough people with them and they're experienced enough to pick a coach.
10.
Jyothi is for sure racking up some 10s here and then some X's as well. But Parneet is, I was going to say matching her arrow for arrow, but now dropping the first 9, and it might be a very costly 9 with the way it's going right now.
Nine.
Oh, and that one seems like it's just out as well, so Parneet Kaur can get this match tied up again by shooting a 10. And she does. It's always a bit of a weird dynamic if you're shooting against a teammate, because obviously you want to win because you're shooting a match, but you're also shooting against a teammate, and typically speaking, if you watch a teammate shoot, you want them to win as well. So a bit of an ethical dilemma there, but I'm sure that they can be professional enough to just think, okay, I want to win this. It doesn't matter who I'm shooting against, really. So in that regard, I think they're both doing a great job in just shooting high scores and minding their own business rather than shooting a match against each other.
Scheibe Nummer 2, 27 Jahre alt, also da ist schon was am Nachwachsen. Ja, da sind die Indier einfach ganz stark mit dabei bei den Compound-Schützinnen.
So both archers dropping just a single point in that second end. Parneet Kaur giving her, I'm going to call her team captain, Jyothi Vennam, something to think about.
Yeah, and it was in Jyothi's hands after the first 5 arrows of this match. She was under pressure. She could gain the lead by shooting a 10, and then she just missed a 10. So I wonder if that's pressure or if it was just maybe an unlucky moment where she just missed the 10 ring. But it does mean that they're all tied up now, and she could have been leading at this point. So it's a bit of a different situation to be in. Her leading also means that she's starting off the end again because she picked to shoot first in the beginning of the match.
Ten.
Well, that's the furthest arrow from the center of the target we've seen so far in the match.
Yeah, and that puts Jyothi in the similar situation to the last end where she could gain the lead
10,
This
10,
time,
10, perfect score.
there's no doubt she puts it into the X-ring with conviction, I might add.
Yeah, but being put under some pressure here.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a walkover in any sense of the word.
10.
10.
What's interesting to me is that Parneet Kaur has a really good group of tens and then two nines that are almost in the reds. So it's like she's shooting a really good arrow or she's making a mistake. Whereas sometimes we'll see like just a group of tens and then some like nines just out. Or so it's like if she shoots a good shot, it's a 10. If she shoots a bad shot, it's a 9. It's like a very like black and white kind of situation.
Yeah, very clear for sure.
Yeah.
That's Venom checking feathers and the knot for her arrows. A very important match. We've seen, you mentioned it in the quarterfinal number 3, the quality of the shooting. Certainly in the bottom half of the draw, it's been a little bit higher. Are we going to see a winner come out of the bottom half?
Well, it sure seems like it so far, and I'm sure that the Indian Archery Federation would would like to see that, because that would mean that there's an Indian world champion.
First team world title yesterday for India at the World Championships. Are they going to get their first individual world champion here today on Compound Saturday? Back to the shooting line for end at number 4, Jyothi Vennam, now leading by a single point. And it will be Parneet Kaur to shoot first.
Nine.
We got a good look at the coaches there, and you could see that there's also some nerves on the other side of the line.
10.
10.
Both Venom and Kaur managing those nerves perhaps a little better than the coaches.
9.
9.
Door has been left open here for Venom.
Yeah, and I feel like if there's a 1 point, just 1 point between them, it's
10.
kind of still exciting. It's still like gonna be putting pressure on Venom, but 3 points difference kind of takes that edge off. Let alone 4 points if Jyothi Vennam manages to shoot a 10 here.
10, 10,
She
10.
does.
Absolutely brilliant. 3 out of the 4 ends from Venom have been perfect. And she has finally, well, I'm not going to say broken the back of this one, but certainly opened up a big opportunity for her to win here.
Yeah, and she's on for a 149 if she manages to shoot a perfect here, which would be the highest score so far in the Elite 8. So she is definitely showing her intention in this match.
Einmal die 9 getroffen und das ist eben das fast perfekte Ergebnis von 119 Ringen. Sie liegt jetzt 4 Ringe vor.
Jyothi Vennam, currently ranked world number 6, staring down the barrel of qualification to make it into the semifinals at the World Championships here in Berlin.
She wasn't too happy with that one, it seemed, even though
Can she go one step beyond what
she didn't really have any bad arrows this end, but I think that also shows how perfectionist some archers are or can be. And I think
You're playing that one down a lot. You're all perfectionists.
well, I wouldn't go that far, but I think if you want to be very good at a precision sport, you have to have some sort of perfectionism in you.
Start of the 5th, and that's a bang on the line for Kaur, who trails by 3 points coming into this. Sorry, 4 points coming into this final end. And Venom just dropped 1 point throughout the match. A high quality match it is indeed.
10. Dead center. Spider. 10.
Yeah, and after that single, well, 9.9 I would call it, she's been super convincing. She shot, well, basically no 10 liners, or it's all been really, really centered. And I think Parneet Kaur, as much as I believe she still did her best on that last arrow, she kind of knew what's bound to happen here.
Oh, what a way to cap it off in style. 10.
Well, what a way to cap it off in style indeed, as the stadium announcer says to the crowd. A 139 out of a possible 140 for Jyothi Vennam, put under pressure in the early stages of the match. But Chef Vandenberg, our resident expert and uber archery fan, says in the end, Parneet Kaur knew what was coming, and looks like a fairly comfortable score, 149 out of a possible 150 versus 143. And Jyothi Vennam goes on to the semi-finals, where she'll face another teammate, Aditi Swami.
18-year-old Parneet Kaur.